Coming up on the Lakefront, OLLU celebrates Black History Month with a poetry reading. We learn more about the dual credit program. A former OLLU professor reads his latest poetry works, and students get the opportunity to learn more about the Black Lives Matter movement. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome to the Lakefront. I'm Danae Reynolds. On Tuesday, the social justice organization hosted a poetry reading event in honor of Black History Month. OLLU students and faculty got the opportunity to read poems from influential African American poets as well as read their own works for the event. Robert Farrelly, the event coordinator, tells us more.
In the last 2 years with Ferguson and with all the highly publicized deaths of unarmed black men in the United States and the awareness that the war on drugs has incarcerated a huge percentage of minorities, it's time for that kind of radical racial awareness and radical awareness to come through.
And I really hope no white person ever has cause to write about me, because they never understand black love is black wealth. And they'll probably talk about my hard childhood and never understand that all the while I was happy.
A lot of people don't remember the Black Power movement, and I think that a lot of these poets were very instrumental in raising average people's awareness of the race issue in America.
All the stretches of these great green states and make America again.
OLLU is reforming its dual credit program for high school students who wish to receive a college degree. Reporter Jessica Ortiz has more on the story.
This is Brianna Torres. She is currently a senior at Holy Cross and one of the few students who participate in the unique dual credit program at OLLU.
It's been amazing and insightful to be, I started taking classes as a junior and now a senior, and to be in a college classroom with a bunch of college students and being really the youngest person there, and knowing that I can excel in a college class is something that's really amazing for me to learn as a junior and now as a senior.
Recently, OLLU announced the expansion of this program to other private, public, and charter schools. This is an opportunity for more high school students to earn a college diploma.
Our Lady of the Lake is a really special place, you know that. It is a really special place, and for some students it's exactly the right place, so we wanted to offer that to students in their high school years so that they could find their fit here.
Okay. Students who enroll will receive classes instructed on campus by OLLU faculty for a unique residential experience.
We're looking at really building this dual credit program, that it's really not just coming and taking the one class, but it's more of an academic experience.
But that's not all Dr. Evan hopes they will gain from this experience.
So we're hoping that through this dual credit program, the students will come and see what a wonderful campus, beautiful campus it is, but also what a spiritual campus it is as well. And that connection and relationship will, slam dunk. This is where you go. This is where you go to be successful, and you're going to be supported.
OLLU serves many first-generation students, and now it will continue to serve high school students.
Inviting now high school students to start that calling a little bit earlier, I think that they'll send a larger message to the San Antonio environment that we care about their education and we want them to start it early and start it here at the lake.
Now more students like Brianna will have the opportunity of higher education. This is Jessica Ortiz for the Lakefront.
Thursday night, former OLLU professor Hyan Charara came to the university to read poems from his latest book, Something Sinister. Charara read poetry from some of his favorite poets as well as shared memories from his experience of writing poetry.
It doesn't so much matter to me exactly which way my poems might connect with another person, but that they do, and that it allows them maybe to see or feel the world in which the world in the way that I have in the poem, or at least close to it. That would be great.
You can purchase his latest book on Amazon. On Tuesday evening, OLLU students and faculty got a chance to learn more about the Black Lives Matter movement. Reporter Chancellor Makanjuola has more on the story.
With the topic of police brutality in the headlines, the Student Leadership and Development Program hosted an event to inform and create awareness about the Black Lives Matter movement.
We want to have a space where students are able to talk about the things that maybe in other places they would feel embarrassed or not feel safe to talk about it for fear of being scrutinized. So that's really what our thinking was for highlighting what Black Lives Matter is, and for the way we did it, sort of remembering the people who have passed and who are victims of police brutality.
This event provided a way for us to continue to have a stimulating conversation about Black Lives Matter. It provided an opportunity for our students to be exposed to the events that are happening with our Black community, and offering a platform for us to have the dialogue and conversation about taking action.
Afterwards, I asked students what they learned from the event.
What I learned here today at the Black Lives Matter event at OLLU is the meaning behind Black Lives Matter, and the reason why we say that instead of saying All Lives Matter, because we're focusing on an oppressed group that's been oppressed for hundreds of years.
Thank you. And what about you? What did you learn or take away from this event?
I learned how that we need to be more aware on how Black people are being treated, especially within our society, and how they're our rights and our freedoms are supposed to be protected, but yet Black lives are overlooked, and sometimes they are endangered of even living on their normal lives, and anything can happen in an instant.
Reporting for the Lakefront, I'm Chancellor Makanjuola.
Coming up after the break, we tell you which OLLU faculty members received tenure, the marketing department gives new rules for OLLU social media sites, and we give you information on the upcoming student leadership banquet. Stay tuned, you're watching the Lakefront.
Hey you!
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher.
Be my teacher.
Be my teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess?
We need more teachers.
We need more great teachers.
Teachers like you.
What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Last week, the Office of Academic Affairs announced OLLU's newest faculty promotions. Faculty members who received in tenure or promotions to full professors are Dr. Leonard Bohannon for psychology, Dr. Carrie Guffey for biology, Dr. Gilletta Kubina for criminal justice, Professor Bernadette Solorzano for psychology, and Dr. Betsy Weisner, who teaches social work. Congratulations to you all. Students and staff are invited to submit stories for the Thing Itself Literary Journal. The theme for this year's stories are social justice. There is a $3 submission fee, and the deadline to submit the stories is March 4th. Please contact thingitselfjournal@gmail.com for more information. The OLLU Marketing and Communications Department has new rules for OLLU social media sites. According to university policy and external communications by OLLU offices, departments and student organizations must be registered and approved by the marketing department. These sites include, but are not limited to, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, Vine, Periscope, and other website or blogs. Marketing must also be added as administrators to Facebook pages. You can contact Marquita Eldridge in the Walter Center for more information. Nomination forms are now available for the Student Leadership Banquet. The banquet will be held on Thursday, April 21st in the Chapel Auditorium from 6 to 8 p.m. You can find the forms in the SLD office or submit them electronically via email. Get psyched for our spring break volleyball tournament. Sci-Chi is hosting a volleyball tournament March 14th to bring the OLLU community together. Organizations within OLLU can register 6 to 10 members to play on their behalf. The organization that wins will get a prize from Sci-Chi. Free drinks and food will also be supplied for the event, and supply donations are definitely welcomed. The volleyball tournament will start at 3 o'clock p.m. in the OLLU Sand Volleyball Court. If you have questions about registration or would like to donate, please contact psychi at olluusa.edu. If you're looking for an afternoon snack, please stop by the mall area next Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and up the OLLU Active Minds department in a fruit cup sale. Fruit cups will be available for sale for $2 to $4. For more information on the event, please contact Active Minds at olluusa.edu. After the break, we update you with the world news and give in on the latest in entertainment.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This past week, Associate Supreme Court Justice Anthony Scalia passed away in his sleep at a West Texas ranch that he was visiting for a hunting trip. Scalia complained of not feeling well the night before and was found unresponsive the following morning. Scalia was appointed to the court by President Reagan. With the death of Scalia, a possible shift in the ideological stance in the court could occur. Congressional Republicans have vowed to hold up any nominations put forth by the president. With the death of Scalia, the court would be at just 8 members, and any tie in the court would uphold any lower court rulings. This could greatly affect the president's immigration plan that is expected to be heard by the court later this year. Not paying your student loans can affect your credit rating, the government can garnish your wages, and now one man has found out that you can be arrested. Paul Aker of Houston was arrested by U.S. Marshals as they stormed into his home last week in full combat gear. Aker owed $1,500 for a loan he took out while a student at Prairie View A&M back in 1987. Aker was released by a federal judge after he signed a promissory note to create a payment plan. Early voting for the Texas primaries started this week and will be open until February 26. Election Day is set for March 1st, which is just around the corner. Voting can be done at the Las Palmas Library location on Cashville, right by the YMCA. Photo ID is currently required if voting in person, or you can skip the long lines and vote early online as well. More information can be found at www.votetexas.gov. On Wednesday morning, Ricardo Lopez, the mayor for Crystal City, Texas, was arrested during a first council meeting. He was charged for disorderly conduct, resist of arrest, and possession of prohibited controlled substances. Residents for Crystal City asked for Lopez to resign immediately, but the mayor responded by saying, "I will not step in another council meeting. I do not care who the mayor is. I do not care if I'm the mayor." Crystal City continues to face dark moments, including the water, which now appears black. It was around 1 p.m. on Thursday when calls were made to the water department about black, thick oil-looking water flowing from faucets. However, it turns out the Public Works Department was flushing out the city's main water tank. No warning was given to the residents, but they do advise to boil the water before use. Harper Lee, the legendary author of iconic To Kill a Mockingbird, passed away this morning at the age of 89. Her famed novel was awarded a Pulitzer Prize in 1961 and has been a beloved book by many generations due to its classic characters and how it addressed racism. Lee released her long-anticipated second novel, Ghost Set and Watchmen, last year. She will be greatly remembered. Deadpool broke box office records during its opening weekend. The Marvel film earned $132.7 million Friday to Sunday, $152.2 million in Friday to Monday. The Walking Dead came back strong this past weekend after its mid-season break. Over 13.7 million people tuned in for the mid-season premiere to see if the resolution of last November's cliffhanger that left most of the cast in one form of danger or another. This was actually a drop from the nearly 14 million who watched the finale, and a drop of around 12% from the similar viewership from the previous year's mid-season premiere. The 50th annual Grammy Awards were held Monday night. Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Meghan Trainor, and Kendrick Lamar were the biggest winners of the night. Swift's album, 1989, won the Album of the Year award, while Kendrick Lamar won the Best Rap Album. Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars earned the Record of the Year award for their hit Uptown Funk, while Meghan Trainor was deemed Best New Artist. You can go to the Grammy website to see the full list of nominees and winners. Now we turn the camera to Gabby Cavosos as she updates us with sports.
The top-ranked Saints women's basketball continued their winning ways with a couple of convincing wins this past weekend. Last Friday, the Saints traveled to Houston and came away with a 77-51 win over St. Thomas. Saints were led by senior point guard Taylor Hamilton, who bombarded the Celts with 20 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. On Saturday, the Saints extended their nation's longest winning streak to 22 games with a 78-42 victory over Texas College. Senior guard Daniela Nopuente came off the bench to lead the team with 17 points. The Saints are back in action tonight against Southwest at Maybe Gym at 5:30 and again tomorrow at the hope to claim their 4th consecutive conference title when they face off against Cheryl Miller and the 2nd-place Langston Lions. On Tuesday, the Saints held on to the top spot in the coaches' poll for the 3rd straight week. The men's basketball team also had a successful weekend last Friday. The Saints came back from a 15-point halftime deficit to defeat St. Thomas 79-71. Joe Jackson led the Saints with 24 points. The Saints won their 3rd straight the following night with the 87-72 win at Texas College. Joe Jackson again led the Saints in scoring, pouring in 24 points and collecting 11 rebounds for his 9th career double-double, which is 2 behind the most all-time in team history. Saints hope to keep their streak going against Southwest at 7:30 and tomorrow try and gain some ground against Langston also at 7:30. The men moved up 2 spots in the coaches' poll on Tuesday from 21 to 19. Baseball had a tough weekend, dropping 3 of 4 against NCAA Texas A&M International out at Missions Baseball Academy last weekend. The final game of the series was marked when the benches cleared after a collision at the plate and 4 ejections. The Saints are back on the diamond tonight as they take on St. Mary's and again tomorrow. Softball came away with 4 wins in Fort Worth at Cowtown Classic and will return home for the regular season home opener with a doubleheader against Shriner University on Sunday out at the softball field. And that was a look at your sports.
Thank you, Gabby. That is all for this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend, Saints.